Pisces, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Pisces love reading. Today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest as we move through the end of November and into the beginning of December 2025. Looks like the cards want to talk, so let's get one card for what's the mutual point of interest between Pisces and their romantic person of interest here at the end of November, beginning of December. What's going on with you, Pisces? Got my background set up again finally. What's going on with Pisces? Okay, that's interesting. All your cards flipped up in the deck and I have to go dig them out. That happens a lot in personal readings for the other side of the table, not for the person I'm reading for. Usually, anyway. It usually means that somebody has something that they're either trying to hide or trying to keep contained, or like there's something that needs talked about but they don't want to talk about it. It's usually that kind of a dynamic here. What is going on with your person, Pisces? What's going on with Pisces' romantic person of interest? Well, clearly they want to talk. All right. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading, Two of Wands. This is Aries energy. Twos are choices. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads. It's a decision point in your lives. And it's a decision about what is it you want your life to be like. And which of these two paths is going to get you to what you want your life to be like. But you can't turn left and right at the same time. So it's not just about which path am I going to go down, but also which path am I going to leave behind me. Below that, we got some more wand energy, Six of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is an energy of recognition. So sometimes that can be having the spotlight shined on you, like being recognized for something. It's usually successful kind of an energy, but it can also represent getting recognized for something in a negative sense, or someone coming to some sort of a recognition about something here. It's related to a choice about what I want, and behind it is Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy of options and choices and confusion about my options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here, and I don't want to pick the wrong cup and make some kind of a mistake here. It's also sometimes like an illusionary kind of an energy where it's hard to even tell which of these cups is real and which is kind of fantasy thinking here. The clouds of smoke around the cups can represent a lot of emotions are involved here, so emotions could be clouding my judgment, clouding my ability to think clearly, clouding my decision making. Every once in a while, those smoke clouds can represent somebody trying to blow a smoke screen to cover their tracks on something. I don't really see anything out here that indicates that just yet. We got some kind of a choice and some sort of a recognition and a lot of emotions in the background, potentially recognizing other options. So that's the gist of what it looks like this is going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here at the end of November, beginning of December 2025, Pisces. Doesn't always affect you both the same way. Sometimes they do this and you feel the consequences, or vice versa. Sometimes they say or do something and it makes you feel or act this way, or vice versa. Sometimes it's an external thing that's happening, but this shared energy for you guys is the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. This is also an energy of healing. That's the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt. Hence this wall he's built around himself. It's a way to protect himself. It's like a defense mechanism. So walls coming up to protect someone here. Now that can also represent something being in the way. Some sort of a barrier is in the way between the two of you. So let's clarify that and see what else we can find out for you, Pisces. What's going on with this Nine of Wands, please? Below the surface of this Nine of Wands energy, we get the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a new physical, tangible opportunity presenting itself. It's not an idea or a concept. It's a physical thing and I can touch it. It's some sort of an opportunity that has potential behind it. This is physical energy here. Some sort of, I don't know if someone was hurt because a new opportunity showed up, or if there's a barrier preventing you from having some sort of an opportunity. Oh man, oh man, oh man. let's see what we got below the surface of that. Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. He's carrying that Ace of Pentacles with him. It's the seed of abundance, but notice the fields in the background are completely empty. So this sometimes can represent incredibly slow moving energy, like where it's frustrating and it makes you want to pull your hair out because I want something like yesterday, and it's the slow drip, like the snail's pace. It can also represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do, but they just don't do it for some reason, or even the opposite of that, because he also knows he's not supposed to just sit here on his butt, but that's what he's doing anyway. So it can be that person who knows what they're not supposed to do and they do it anyway. And we're going backwards to the Page of Pentacles. So this is news and messages and communications about this physical opportunity. And sometimes that's like talking about money, talking about some like financial opportunity that we have, and things are moving slow. Maybe we're talking about that, but this can also represent communications about like physical opportunity. Like I'm going to be at X location at Y time, and maybe there's a chance to meet up. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that's trying to tell me yet. When I clarify this Nine of Wands, I get the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So we got a whole lot of cups here and a whole lot of wands. I just saw 3 pentacle cards in a row here. Getting ahead of myself, but your cards are all pentacles too. This Three of Wands is Aries energy. It's essentially waiting. It's the step right after this Two of Wands that's the overall energy, where I got to decide, what do I want my life to be like? Well, here that decision's already been made. The path has been chosen. Steps have been taken down that path. Actions are being taken trying to create the thing that I want my life to be like. And I fully believe that this thing I want is going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. And I'm kind of waiting on that to materialize here. I don't know if there's something blocking this. I get the Six of Cups next, Scorpio energy. This is the card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, the good old days, the way it used to be. It can represent a deep emotional connection between the two of you. It can represent history between the two of you. It can also represent something from the past coming back up again, or something from the past happening again, or even a person from the past showing back up. It's like there's this either a history of waiting. Might be. We've got the opportunity, but it looks like no movement happening. Like, at least from where you sit, it might feel like no movement is happening. Could be a history of waiting. Could be waiting on something from the past to happen again, or someone from the past to come back. I get the Eight of Cups next, Pisces energy. This is emotionally detaching and physically detaching and walking away. Like the person in the card is walking away from 8 full cups of love because they believe there's something better out there for them. And they're walking away from what they have to go find out. That can be a couple of different things. That maybe your person emotionally detached and walked away. Maybe they had to go see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence and you're waiting on them to come back. It could also represent that 8 cups of love is the best you've ever gotten here. And that, as much as that might be painful to hear, that might be saying you're waiting on something from the past, not something that's going to happen. And this might be saying, if you want your real happiness, your 9th cup, your 10th cup, you're going to have to walk away from this to go down a new path to find it. Might be hard because there's history, and that might be why you're waiting. But then there might be a new opportunity. I got the Ace of Cups, and I've still got this Ace of Pentacles staring at me on the bottom. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself again, but your person's first card is the Ace of Wands. So I got a lot of new beginning energy out here. This would be a new beginning in love and emotions, or a new opportunity for that. That's usually a new person showing back up. However, sometimes this can be a case where I want to fill the cup back up between the two of us. It's in the shared energy, and maybe start over at square one in terms of love and emotions. Maybe this is someone from your past maybe trying to make a comeback here. Not uncommon at all that at the early stage of these readings, I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me yet. It's like a murder mystery to me. So I piece it together as I go through. I will come back to this shared energy as I go through your energy, Pisces, because then I'll be able to see more about how it relates to you. I'll come back to it again when I go through your person's energy, because then I can see how it applies to them. For you, the first card is the most important. You got the Two of Pentacles. Central to your energy is the Four of Pentacles. And your final card is the Five of Pentacles. So we got all Pentacles here. This Two of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This is a choice. We got as the overall energy, the Two of Wands, which is a choice about desire, a choice about what do I want. And this is a choice about physical things. I got these two ideas here, or these two options, I should say, and I can't have both of them at the same time. So it's this one or that one. Do I or don't I? Which one do I want? It's like weighing the options, looking at the pros and cons, trying to decide which one of these two things I want, probably being a little bit off balance about that. Tell me more about this Two of Pentacles. Why is that out here as the first card for Pisces? Okay. You. On the bottom of the deck, what's underlying this Two of Pentacles is Justice. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. The sword in the card is used to cut away something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. This card usually is pointing out the fact that something unfair, unjust, unbalanced is happening here. This points out the need to correct it. This Two of Pentacles is an energy of balance, but it's more about trying to regain my balance or trying to maintain my balance once it's been thrown off. Got something definitely not right going on here. Death is right behind it. That's the Scorpio Major Arcana card. That's an ending to something. It's something dying. And there's a painful transition period that follows it, a painful transformation period that follows it. But this is some sort of an ending that doesn't seem fair. And then I got Knight of Swords right below that. This is the fastest knight in the deck. Stark contrast to that Knight of Pentacles we saw a minute ago in the shared energy. This is usually someone who rushes off and takes this really decisive action on something, but they may not have thought it through all the way first. This can be like spur of the moment, like impulsive, reckless decision-making kind of an energy sometimes. Yeah, Five of Wands behind that. Fives are conflict, and this is Leo energy. This is like a conflict in my desires, an internal conflict. A piece of me wants this, a piece of me wants pretty much the opposite of that, and now I'm playing tug of war with myself in terms of what I want. That might be what this Two of Pentacles is talking about. Do I or don't I? A piece of me wants to, another piece of me does not want to. There's definitely something from the past here and something new here at the same time. When I clarify this Two of Pentacles, I get the Empress, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. We got a whole lot of Earth energy here, like a whole lot of it. Your first two cards are Capricorn, that's Taurus, that's probably Taurus, that's Taurus, that's Taurus. Got a lot of Taurus and Capricorn. Hell, that's Taurus too. You might be dealing with an Earth sign. Now, you might be dealing with any sign. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you're dealing with, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I was doing a personal reading for you and it was just the two of us one-on-one. Here, I'm tapping into probably tens of thousands of Pisces people all at the same time, so I'm just going to keep calling these signs out as they pop out to me, just in case they mean anything to you. But you got a lot of Earth out here. The Empress is the mother of the tarot deck. This is, she's always pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. And in a relationship reading, she represents the birth of something new, like usually the birth of a new relationship. However, sometimes this can be the rebirth of a relationship that has died, which this could be something unfair happened, ended the relationship. Maybe somebody didn't think it through first before they walked away to go look at a new cup. That could be what's going on here. And maybe now you're waiting on them to come back. And maybe this is, do I or don't I rebirth this connection? Maybe that's what they're coming back for. I got Knight of Cups next. Knights are action takers, and cups are about love and emotions. So this is actions toward love and emotions, moving forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, trying to advance a cup of love in some way here. Now, this could also be, I guess, telling me that your person was juggling two people. They had a choice about which one of the two of you do they want. Maybe they birthed a new connection and moved forward with that. It's hard to tell yet. So, Seven of Pentacles is next. This is Taurus energy. This is a period of time. Now, it's usually a period of time where you're pausing to reflect and take stock of this relationship, take stock of this whole situation that you're in, and trying to decide, is this ever going to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that I really want? Is this worth me continuing to invest my time, my effort, my energy into all this? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out the way I want it to, and maybe it's time to cut my losses and move on here? Now, it could be a period of time where you've been waiting on this person to come back. It could be that as well. I got Six of Pentacles next, which is more Taurus energy. This is supposed to be balance. It's supposed to be generosity, reciprocity. Like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. We take care of each other. It's supposed to be like equal give and take here. But it can also represent the merchant giving to two different people in the physical sense. And notice one's kind of tucked away behind his back. It's hard to tell because I've got two cards in this column that can indicate juggling two people, giving to two people. I've got the birth of something new. I've got history in the shared energy, past and new. I've got this idea of waiting here in the shared energy, and I've got this period of time going by. Maybe a period of time where I'm waiting for this to balance itself out because it's off balance. Maybe there's been a period of time where they've birthed something new and we're advancing on that and giving to two people. It could be any of those things. Hell, it might be more than one of those things, so take it however it applies to you. Central for your energy, Pisces, we got the Four of Pentacles, more Capricorn energy. This is an energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles, please. Why is that central? Below the surface of that Four of Pentacles, the World. This is the final card of the major arcana. It represents the ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of the next cycle. So this is like when one door closes, another one opens. It's completion, but at the same time starting something new. And it's below the surface of holding on to something I don't want to let go of. Now, I do have, like I said, past and new energy out here. So I don't know if this is saying that this cycle is over between the two of you because there's a new person involved and you're still holding on to it. It might be. It looks like what you're holding on to is less the actual thing and more like an idea, like a standard. Yeah, I got this Ace of Pentacles right behind the ending and the new beginning. Well, there's a new beginning, physical new beginning. Queen of Swords, Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. She's got her head above the clouds. Now, I think we saw, 3 cards deep. Oh, damn, I didn't go deep enough. 3 cards. Oh, what I was going to say is 3 cards deep. We've got this Seven of Cups. The options, choices, the clouds of smoke, clouding things up, emotions clouding things up. Got the Ace of Cups right behind that. New beginning in love and emotions. And probably someone being defensive and then detaching and walking away, birth of something new. It's telling me the same exact story here. I got defensive energy here. Defensive energy is the shared energy. Then I got that Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is right here between the old and the new thing. And then I got the Empress, the birth of something new. The point of going back there was to get to this emotions clouding things up and notice that her head is above the clouds. She can see clearly. She's about discernment. She's about facing the truth. She's about speaking the truth and then cutting off the thing or the person that isn't in your best interest anymore. So this is looking like things came to an end because there was a new opportunity and you knew the truth about it and probably severed the thing. But there's still a piece of you that wants to hold on to it. When I clarify Four of Pentacles, I get Three of Pentacles, King of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Moon. Three of Pentacles is more Capricorn energy. So I've seen a lot of Capricorn, a lot of Taurus. This is supposed to be teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. This is supposed to be like laying the foundations for the Ten of Pentacles, where we build a life together, combine our lives together. There's the idea of holding on to that concept. But it's also showing me right beside it with the Empress next to it that there's the birth of something new, probably when you guys were in this thing of building it together. I got King of Swords. We just saw the Queen of Swords 3 cards deep here. These are counterparts. They make the Ten of Swords. The ending. The swift, painful ending. The ending you don't see coming. Ending in betrayal. They make that. So these aren't... They're not quite the same as like King and Queen of Cups, which would be counterparts. People that are together and in love. These are people that used to be together, but aren't anymore. And they typically don't get along so well. King of Swords is Aquarius energy. This is like the very smart, logical, rational, thinking kind of a person. When they make their decisions, they pretty much throw their emotions out the window and they're looking only at the truth and the facts and what can I see right in front of me? What can I verify? What do I know to be true? And I'm going to decide based on that, not based on how I feel. Now, this could feel like, to Pisces, this could feel like somebody who's very emotionally detached, emotionally distant. I got that Eight of Cups out here in the shared energy. I saw it below the surface in the overall energy. This could be somebody who's very emotionally detached and distant, or even someone who feels cold and calculated. This could also be part of where your conflict is, because this is the logical, rational mind. And next I got the Ten of Cups, which is Pisces energy. But this is the happily ever after. This is the happy fairy tale romance that we all dream about. Very rarely is this card talking to me about true love and happily ever after. If you really had the Ten of Cups with this person, I doubt you would be here to begin with, because you wouldn't need to consult a tarot reading to find out what's going on with your love life. You would just be happy and fully content and fully in love and pouring yourselves into each other, and you wouldn't even be interested in this. Usually what this is talking about is someone's idealized point of view. In other words, I want this true love and happily ever after thing so bad, and I want it to be with this person so bad that I'm viewing the relationship as if it is this happily ever after happy fairy tale romance, instead of looking at it for how it actually is, the truth and the facts that you can see. It's sitting right beside this Seven of Pentacles. That is really feeling like sunk cost fallacy. Where I've put all this time and effort and invested so much into this idea that I can't give up on it now. I don't want to let it go now, because that would be like wasting everything I've invested so far. But I think logic is telling you something different. I think that's probably explaining why I've got this hold on to it tightly and don't let go of it kind of an energy here. Final clarifier for that is the Moon. This is more Pisces energy. It's your major arcana card. This is sometimes fear, worry, and anxiety from uncertainty. Like when the moon's out, it's dark outside. It's really hard to see, is this the right path for me? Was I even on the right path to begin with? Did I make a wrong turn? Should I go back the other way? Like that level of uncertainty can cause fear, worry, and anxiety in a person. Especially when it's surrounding this very important idea of true love and happily ever after and happy fairy tale connection. This card can also represent something being hidden in the dark or a secret of some kind being kept. And that's sitting right next to the idea of the merchant giving to two. So this is either telling me I'm fearful and worried and uncertain about whether or not we can balance this back out. I'm fearful and worried and uncertain if they have another person that they're giving to, or that could even be the secret that was being hidden from you, is that there is another person. In that case, it was probably happening for a period of time. Might be, again, period of time here, history. Final card for you, Pisces, is the Five of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. Fives are conflict. This is abandonment. This is being cast aside, left out in the cold, discarded. This is like a breakup kind of an energy here. What's going on with this Five of Pentacles? Why is that up here? It's Pisces' final card. Below the surface of that, the Magician. Well, this is the master manifester of the deck. This is a person who has all the tools, abilities, resources to create the world around them to be in alignment with what their will desires. So this is someone actively manifesting a breakup, is what it looks like. I don't know that that's what you did as much as, like, very rarely is this card talking to me about the person I'm reading for. It's usually talking to me about the other person, and that they're the one that created the situation I'm reading about through their thoughts and their actions. And yeah, it is telling on them and their wand. I know it's telling on them because the wand is the very first card in their energy, the most important card in their energy. Well, passion and new beginning and passion and desire. That's how they manifested that. That's what led to the breakup. Yeah, justice, unfair, unjust thing happening, pointing out the need to correct it. Nine of Swords, fear, worry, and anxiety. I guess I didn't tell you, this is Libra energy, this Justice card is. Nine of Swords is Gemini energy. There's two cards in the deck that mean fear, worry, and anxiety. I've got them both here now. Nine of Swords is thinking about something with all this fear and worry behind your thoughts, and doing that to the point that it becomes stressful. It's like mental anguish, sleepless nights, nightmares, can't concentrate. The person has their eyes covered with their hands because in their mind the situation is so bad that they don't want to see it. They don't want to face it. I don't want to deal with the breakup. I still want to hold on to this. I also probably don't want to see the fact that they created something through their passion, desire, energy, passionate new beginning, detaching and walking away to go after a new cup. This might be a case where I'm waiting on them to come back. Maybe they have. I don't think so. I think this is you waiting on them to come back. When I look at what clarifies Five of Pentacles, I get the Lovers, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers is Gemini's major arcana card. This is probably what feels like a very powerful love connection to you. This card is about the interconnectedness between people, and when they make decisions, they affect you and vice versa. There's no way around that. This card used to be called the Choice before it was called the Lovers. So it can represent a choice about what feels like a powerful connection. It can represent a choice between lovers. I think they manifested a new beginning somewhere. In this same row with the Lovers, I have the birth of something new. With the Empress, during a time when you were already together with them. And there's this probably a lot of history, reminiscing, deep connection that you feel, probably making you want to hold on to this idea of building this together and being back at the early stages of doing that. But looking like big conflict with what logical mind is thinking, probably because something that you saw or uncovered. Page of Swords. Now this sure can be news messages and communications. Can be an energy of someone who's trying to learn something, trying to figure something out. Like what I'm doing right now kind of qualifies as Page of Swords because I'm snooping around in your energy trying to figure out what's going on between the two of you. So this could be you spying on them, could be them spying on you, could be someone you both know saw something and came and told you about it. You could have accidentally uncovered information, but this is usually uncovering information either on purpose or by accident. It's looking directly at the logical, rational, conscious mind decision maker here. I don't know if that's their energy. It might be their energy. Might be emotionally distant and cold and calculated, and you're trying to figure them out. Could be that. Could also just be looking back at the truth and the facts that there was some actions toward love and emotions with the birth of something new. Probably for a period of time they were given to two people. That's what it looks like to me. This looks like different layers of like how you're probably thinking and feeling about it versus some other stuff that's below the surface that you probably know but maybe wish you didn't know. That might be why I'm seeing this Nine of Swords with you. Like I don't want to see that piece of it. I don't want to think about that piece of it. Final clarifier for Five of Pentacles is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in luck and fortune. So if things were going great, this is that pivotal moment where the wheel spun and this thing wrapped around the telephone pole and we had this breakup, this abandonment because of a choice between lovers. That's what that looks like to me. This can also represent someone wanting to correct course and like turn the wheel the other way and try to put this back on the right track and turn it around. I trying to figure out how that can be done, if that can be done. It's tied directly to that 10 of Cups. Like this is the 10 of the major arcana, so it rules over the 10s of the Four of Suits. So this is a big change to this idea of happy fairy tale romance. Like I'm getting feelings of like they're the one for me, but something that I saw, logic and reason are getting in the way of that now. There's this period of time where I've been waiting on it, maybe to turn around. This can also just represent a repeating cycle of something happening again and again. And see, I've got this idea of waiting with history to it and something from the past happening again. And in this row, I've got waiting on this thing to fully develop all the way so I can harvest it and get the 10 of Cups out of it, and a repeating pattern of that, and a repeating pattern of probably trying to figure it out. This is the only row that doesn't have a complete row here. I got the Merchant giving to 2 and something being hidden, or uncertainty about whether they're still giving to 2, or uncertainty about can we balance this out, and a void in the information. And the only thing connected to that void is a repeating pattern. Well, this looks like waiting is the barrier that's in your way. And it looks like what your choice is right now is, do you want to continue waiting for the same thing to keep happening again and again and again? Or is it time to detach and walk away and go toward the new cup? Time to recognize is what that looks like there. That's your energy in this connection here at the end of November, beginning of December 2025. Let's take a look at your person's energy, Pisces. For them, the first card's the most important, Ace of Wands. Central to their energy, Six of Pentacles. Final card for them, Six of Swords. That's interesting. I got 2, 4, 5, 6 of Pentacles in this top row. Ace of Wands is a new beginning in passion and desire, passionate new beginning. The wand is also the phallic symbol of the deck, so it represents the male you-know-what, using it to do you-know-what, sexual energy, all that fun stuff. The overall energy is a Two of Wands, a choice about what do I desire. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands, please. Why is that here for Pisces person? Is the first card. Get one more, please. Okay, okay. Three of Cups wanted to come out too. It flipped face up on me. You can't make this shit up. Jeez. Well, normally I get 3 clarifiers. You gave me 4 the first 2 times and then 3, and they just gave me 5 here. Tried to be another one with the 3 of Cups trying to come out. When I look under the surface of this Ace of Wands, I get the 8 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. This is really fast moving energy. The only thing faster than this is the Chariot. It can be a lot of back and forth, passionate communications happening. It could be rapid forward movement or progress on something passion, desire related. It could reference travel. It could represent a whole lot happening all at once, like probably too much all at once, too much to process. Could be getting overwhelmed with the wand. Could be a passionate new beginning started like really, really fast moving. I got the Magician here. This is a person whose thoughts and actions create the world around them to be the way they want it to be. I saw this underlying this 5 of Pentacles energy for you. They're the one that created the breakup. They're the one that was moving this thing forward quickly. 9 of Swords. I think at the beginning you didn't know about it. And this is probably them, Gemini energy of them fear, worry, anxiety, freaking out that you're going to find out. Could be that. Yeah, going back to the 8 of Swords now. Going straight from the 9 back to the 8. This is more Gemini energy. Grinding on the repeating loop. Being stuck in their head. Can't quit thinking about this new beginning. When I clarify this passionate new beginning, I get the Ace of Swords. 7 of Cups. Justice. Ace of Wands again. And the Sun. Well, the Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. It's the sword you make decisions with. It's the sword you would use to cut something or someone out of your life here. I got the overall energy being a choice about what I want, and this is them cutting away one of those options and being left with only one option. Same thing happens down here. I've got the Ace of Cups here, new beginning. New, all over. Ace of Wands is also in this same column of clarifiers here. 7 of Cups is the next card. Scorpio energy, options, choices, confusion. Which one do I want? I don't want to pick the wrong one and make some kind of a mistake here, but I'm feeling clouded up. Now, sometimes the clouds are intoxication, drinking too much, drug use, something clouding their judgment. It could be that. Could just be piss poor decision making. Could be that they just have a lot of options and they have to pick one and they got to start whittling these things away. It's in the same row with very cold, calculated decision maker and King of Swords and this Knight of Cups here trying to move forward romantically, which is also tied to birth of something new. Next, I get Justice. We've seen it a couple times. This is something unfair and unjust happening, being pointed out here with these options. And with this Ace of Wands, like I'm clarifying the Ace of Wands and I get the Ace of Wands in the clarifiers. That's the universe beating me over the head. Like, dude, I'm telling you, there was a passionate new beginning. Somebody's wand is out of balance. There's too much emphasis on that particular head instead of the other one. And then we get the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is Leo energy. Happiness, joy, bliss, harmony, tied directly to the wand, which in and of itself is something that's not fully balanced here. That could be part of what's skewing their decision making. But this is somebody having their happiness tied to the passionate new beginning. Like there's just this waiting here and waiting and the history and maybe them putting a barrier in the way and emotionally detaching and walking away from the history and the way it used to be to go to this new cup. I get 6 of Pentacles next, which is Taurus energy. That's central for your person's energy. We got that 6 of Pentacles at the end of your first column over here. This can be generosity, reciprocity. This can be equal give and take or trying to balance something out, but that doesn't look at all like what's happening here. This is probably the Merchant giving to two people in the physical sense. Why is this Six of Pentacles central here for Pisces person interest? Below the surface of that, we get the world, the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. I don't know if I told you, but the world is the 4 fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Yeah, the ending of the cycle starts here with a new opportunity, a new physical opportunity. This person has got aces all over the place. Yeah, I think this was them giving to two, in the sense that they were still with you when this started. And I felt that over here. 3 of Pentacles connected to the birth of something new and someone juggling two people. I got 4 of Cups here in the background, which is Cancer energy of not being fully happy or content with what I have in front of me. And I keep daydreaming about this other thing that would make me happy. This Ace of Cups that's sitting here in the shared energy. 2 of Swords, Libra energy of a decision that they need to make, only they weren't making it. Like, the correct order to do this is, like, if I'm not happy, I should exit this. I should do the right thing and cut this connection away. But they didn't. They kept other options open until they had the one that they wanted, and they had the new opportunity before they ever disconnected, before they made the decision of what to do. There's the heavy burden that they're carrying. Sagittarius energy, 10 of Wands. When I clarify this 6 of Pentacles, I get the 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, King of Wands. 4 of Pentacles, we saw that central to your energy over here, Pisces. This is Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. I don't want to let go of giving to two people. Oh, man. That's probably why I wasn't making the decision. Not fully happy. Probably either way I go. Next, I get 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy of, well, 5s are conflict again. So this is an emotional loss of some kind. This is sadness and remorse and regrets. The person's looking at the 3 spilled cups, and that represents all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that's been wasted. And there's still 2 upright cups in the background. Now, that could represent that they still feel this connection. I got that 6 of Cups out here, nostalgia, history, but there's still this detaching and walking away. I think there's a piece of them that didn't want to let go of it, but they did. Now, sometimes the 3 cups that are spilled can represent a third-party love triangle is what spilled everything, and the 2 cups in the background can represent that there's another connection looming in the background. I do see that here, abandonment and breakup, and the very next card is the Lovers. Could be a choice between lovers. It's in the same row with birthing something new. Oh, come here. New cards. Next, to clarify that 6 of Pentacles, is the King of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person who knows exactly what he wants. He doesn't take no for an answer. This is a go-getter. This is, I'm going to find a way to get what I want, or I'm going to make a way to get what I want. It's also the top level of the Wand suit, and we got the Ace of Wands as the first card. It's actually in the clarifiers too. So this is not just driven and motivated in the normal sense. It's someone who's very driven and motivated by passion and desire and sexual energy, and even the overall energies, the 2 of Wands. A choice about the wand, a choice about what do I want, what do I desire. King of Wands is sitting right next to Justice, so there's something skewed and unbalanced about that kind of a wand energy here, something unfair about it, probably because they have options and choices, and their happiness so deeply tied to their wand energy. Final card for your person, Pisces, 6 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind and moving forward into clear waters, moving forward toward what it is that I want. Now, there is some implied stuff about this card. First, it's the Six of Swords, which implies the Five of Swords has already happened. The Five of Swords is usually a betrayal, a big fight. It can be, at its core, just like a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. Well, this would be after that's already happened. I can't change the painful thing in the past. It's in the past. So this is about having the control in moving forward. And it's really supposed to be about, do I carry the burden that the painful thing caused me forward into my future with me so it keeps weighing me down? Or do I carry forward the lesson I learned by going through this painful thing so it doesn't happen again? So this is your person leaving something behind and moving forward. Which I see that here in the shared energy. Emotionally detaching, physically detaching, going down the brand new path toward this new beginning here. Ace of Cups. Tell me about this Six of Swords. Why is that out here? The final card for Pisces person. Let's get one more, please. Okay. Okay. I said one, not three. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. Below the surface of that Six of Swords, Two of Swords, Libra energy. Decision that needs made, only it hasn't been made yet. It's a decision about ending one cycle, beginning of a new cycle. The new cycle is that new physical opportunity presenting itself here. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and if the old cycle is that Four of Cups, I'm not fully happy with what I've got, and I keep daydreaming about this new cup. When I clarify this idea of leaving something behind and moving forward, I get the Three of Cups, the Four of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Hermit. Well, damn. Three of Cups is Cancer energy. Now, this is sometimes about being united and celebrating, or even reunited and celebrating. But it's also about third-party love triangle, because there are 3 cups of love in the picture here. There's this idea of holding on and not wanting to let go of probably the third party, hence the sword coming out. I get Four of Swords. It probably took a period of time, though. Four of Swords is Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a break, taking a rest. It's also, fours are stability, and I've seen the 8 and the 9 of Swords in the underlying energy for this person. This is like them trying to calm their mind down, trying to stabilize their thoughts and like relax and not grind on it anymore. But this is also feeling like a period of time where there's this third party, there's this options and choices and confusion in the same row, there's regrets, but there's also a third party spilling everything and another connection looming in the background. It's also a pause and a break to this idea of the Ten of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. This is maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, combining lives together, building a life together. I get this for people when they're married or when they live together or they're going down that kind of a path. And there's a break to that, a pause to that because of a third person, and a moving away from it, and even them having their back turned to it, because the wand is, that's part of the unfair thing here. The wand is more important to them than what they've built. Then I get Queen of Swords, which is Libra energy, she who knows the truth. She's about discernment. She's about speaking the truth. She's about cutting off the things or the people that aren't in the best interests anymore. Looks like a severing to this combined together life. Got King on this side, Queen on this side. These are people that used to be together that aren't. And then I get the Hermit, Virgo's major arcana card. This is usually communication shutting down. If it hasn't shut down completely, it's way different than it used to be. This is soul searching, deep inner reflection, deep contemplation. I don't really necessarily feel like that's what the person is doing here, unless they're contemplating what makes them happy with the sun in the same row as it. There's there's some missing data in the middle. I get this card, this Hermit card, quite a bit when someone ghosts you, or like they just leave. They cut this off and end it and move on and walk away to go for this new cup, and maybe you don't have the closure, maybe you don't have the answers, which might be why there's still this holding on tightly to the idea of building something together, but being really uncertain and fearful and worried about things. Oh man, oh man. It might be that they just up and left and you didn't really have closure on the matter, which is probably why you're still in this wounded warrior, like healing state here, trying to choose what it is that you want. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Like looking like what you want might be for this to get turned around, but there's this, that's not going to happen all over it.